Gary Busey.
I love that song.
All right. What's up, everyone? This is Jordan from Poison Noises. I am here with another very cool band. Why don't you guys tell us who you are and introduce yourselves first as a band and then one by one. Say it all at the same time.
We're Ruby Leftstep. We're Ruby Leftstep. You go.
My name is Adam.
I am Eddie.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Tom.
Everyone does this for some reason. Normally, like, when I expect, like, a band to introduce themselves, they go, my name is Bob, and I play blank. For some reason, every time I've done this, nobody has done that. So why don't you guys tell us what you play?
We all play keyboard.
But all out of sync with each other at different tempos.
Yeah.
And different
I'm at
keys.
129 BPM. He's 130. He's typically 131.
Yeah.
Cool.
140.
So you guys are on like a little mini just East Coast tour right now, right? Is what you're on. How many show dates did you guys have? Or you're still in the middle of it? How many do you have total?
We're at the very
about
end.
done.
This is
Probably like 10. No, like
it
15.
was like 14 or 15, yeah.
In the past like 2 months or something.
Oh wow, I didn't realize it was that many actually.
Yeah.
Good for you guys. So tell me what cities you hit. Start from the top. Well, first tell me where you guys are from, and then tell me what the trajectory was for you guys moving through.
Okay, so we're all kind of from like New Hartford, Connecticut, which is just in the middle of nowhere. Most people don't know that there's a second Hartford. But we're there. Okay, ready? Let's do cities that we played. Oh my god.
We played. Well, last night we played Burlington.
No,
Vermont.
from the top. Right?
Yeah, if you can.
Okay, first one.
Okay, first
Yukon.
one.
Battle
Yeah.
of the Bands.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Yep.
Scores.
Second, I was the 24th. That was also Yukon. That was Moon Club. We like playing at Yukon.
Yeah, UConn's
Then
awesome.
we had early March. The 3rd was at U Heart for their radio show. We did like a little thing, and then the 12th was March.
Ed, I don't know why you're
March
doing the dates. But we
Oh. Harrison, New York.
So we were at SUNY Purchase, Whiting Mills, which is Winstead, Skidmore, which is relatively local to here, Stores, U-Heart in West Hartford, New Haven, Somerville, Mass. So that was Union Tavern outside of Boston, Burlington, Philly, which is tonight, and Stores again tomorrow. We're playing a cannabis
Weed
festival.
Club.
Weed Club.
Yeah.
I think it's also important to note what today is.
Oh, today.
Because one of our games is themed as... It's probably the most favorited game that we play. It's definitely the one we've been playing for the longest. Do you guys know what Nugger Chug is? Do you guys know what that game is? I know he knows what Nugger Chug is. I know that. Okay, so... We'll play that one first. We'll play that because that's a super fun thing. So the way we usually do this kind of thing, for anyone that has seen us before and is wondering why the music isn't happening right now, it's because we do... Most of the music stuff happens in post now, so we can get the cool shots with the GoPros and everything, which is also what we're using right now to film all this. And then we do all of the interviewee, fun, gamey stuff after the fact, which is normally live streamed, but just because these guys got to bounce out and head to Philly is the next show you guys said, right, is where you guys are going.
Long drive.
Well, because they have to do that, we're doing everything kind of in post after the fact, and we'll comp it all together and make it so everybody can see all the fun stuff. But for anyone who has been following us from the beginning, we've had one game that's consistently been in every episode of the Poison Noises podcast so far. I'm thinking about changing the name of the podcast to The Green Room. I think that's like...
Very nice.
It's kind of like a double entendre,
It is
right?
green.
If anyone, watching this at home, know we're not in the middle of some foreign country currently watching people build the
This is
world's
actually
greatest
outside.
indoor pool,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. CCTV footage.
you know,
Rebuild
if you
Albany.
wanted to, they can't even see because we're
Those guys
in,
built
there's this is, the room is actually green
Yeah.
where we are right now.
Yeah.
But either way, speaking of green, we have this one game called Nugger Chug. And essentially what Nugger Chug is I tell you guys a phrase or a word, and you have to guess whether it is a strain of marijuana or if it is a guitar pedal. That's the game.
Nice.
So, and this is, like I said, this is, I think, just about everyone's favorite game. I did have a new one 2 days ago that was like my favorite we've had in a while. So one of the guys who's usually sitting next to me, he's like the dude who like I have looked things up. What's that dude on Jamie on Joe Rogan? He's like my Jamie essentially.
Yeah.
And his name is Ferns, so we did Between Two Ferns.
Nice.
But it was Ferns with a Z because that's how we call it. And essentially, I have it right here. I like wrote out a list of mean questions for him to ask the band because I knew them really well. And if you know him, he's like the most anxious, nervous guy in the world. So making him read that was really funny. And that's my like new favorite game.
Exposure therapy.
But this one, Yeah, right, exactly. We talked about that. I'm like, we should just have like this stream just be like a band therapy thing. You know what I mean? Where we just have people come in and I tell you everything that's wrong with you. That's what we should do. But let's move on. So like I said, we had Connor do this one. Let me set it up real quick. It is Nugger Chug. And
Nugger Chug.
here we go. Let's see if I can get this. Can you guys see a black screen with the word escape? Oh, there you just a black screen
Press
for you
escape
guys?
screen.
All right, here it is. Nugger Chug.
Nice.
So the way Nugger Chug works, the way Nugger Chug works, like I said, we give you a phrase or a word or something, and you have to guess whether or not it is a guitar pedal or a strain of marijuana. Let's begin. So the first one. Whoa. Meatball. It's not supposed to do that, but that's way more entertaining to watch.
Meatball.
So meatball is the phrase.
We gotta figure out if it's a
Wait, do
guitar
we
pedal.
all collectively?
The idea is you're supposed to kind of come to a consensus if you
Yeah.
can. Sometimes I make my guys play against the band. Sometimes I do that, but since none of my guys are here, let's just do, you guys can guess individually, and you guys can keep track of your score.
I feel
who's
like
good at
I'm
balls.
set up to
No,
fail on
I
this
think
one.
this is a heavy pedal.
I think I agree.
this is a
This has to be a
crunchy,
pedal.
nasty
I also
pedal.
so knowing who made this, I feel like he set me up or set us up to fail. So I would say whatever you think it is, it's probably the opposite.
No, I think it's a guitar
It's
pedal.
definitely
it's
a
a
guitar
guitar
pedal.
pedal.
I'm feeling guitar
I
pedal.
think it's a guitar pedal. Yeah.
The meatball.
Sounds like a really just shitty
And if we're
name
wrong, then
for- yeah.
so what? We get beat.
See, I'm in this weird place because when
Yeah,
we...
what's the consequence?
Nothing. We used to have this thing called the
You could
Wiggity
beat up
Wiggity
outside.
Wheel, and it was this big wheel that you guys had to spin, and there was like things you had to do before you performed the songs, but we did it out of order. Like one of them was like, you gotta be Slash, and we literally give you a costume where you have to dress up as Slash and like play the whole performance
That's
like
funny.
that. We have one that's just like a cauldron that we just fill with like horrible goopy stuff we get from the grocery store, and you have to put your hand in it. It's like one thing. It's like, you know, it's stupid games like that. At one point we had like, you have to have truck nuts hanging off the microphone. That was a really good one.
Nice.
But yeah, we have since kind of retired that just because we've been playing more with the green screen stuff. But here's my thing, because I don't know the answers to these. Usually I know the answers because I make it, but I don't know the answers in this case. And I will say, me and Connor used to have this thing that we talked about at Guitar Center. One time we were at like a Price Chopper, and they have like those pre-made meals. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? And the meal was big meatball dinner. And so we used like everything that we thought was like it was like a big sale at Guitar Center. Be like, oh, that's a big meatball dinner, right?
Nice.
So
Yeah.
you might, I don't know if that makes me think it's more gear related than it does. You know. Well, how about this? What do you guys say? If you think pedal,
Pedal.
I'm
pedal,
thinking pedal.
raise your
Yeah.
hand if you think pedal.
I'm thinking pedal.
Totally pedal.
Okay, if you think it's weed, raise your
I
hand.
think it's gonna be weed.
All right. Survey says
Oh
Yeah.
love
Big.
tone. It's a love tone.
Different
pedal.
arts
That's
than I was
cool.
expecting.
Okay.
Those are the
I agree,
coolest
yeah.
enclosures ever. The flip top ones.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen those?
Yeah.
So like the way they work is like literally you like unscrew two screws on the front and it opens up like the trunk of a car.
Like a B-15.
That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like that. Actually, funny enough. All right, moving on to the next one. We've got Pure Michigan.
Yeah.
That's so
That's-
funny. I don't know if you
that's
guys can
extreme.
realize this.
Oh my
The-
God, look at that.
The font
The
is
guys.
green. The font is green. You can see
Yeah.
through it.
That's funny.
Those guys are
super
actually
funny.
in Michigan building
I
that.
think that's got to be weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It has to be a strain.
Definitely.
Everybody
Sure.
says weed.
Mhm.
Hey.
Yeah. We're geniuses.
All right, moving on.
Oh, that's a pedal.
Yeah.
Definitely a pedal.
It's
That's-
definitely a
yeah.
character from South
Isn't that a
Park.
Mad Professor pedal? No, it's not.
Professor,
No,
yeah.
what?
I bet it's Earthquake or something.
No, I don't
No,
think
it's not.
It's
No.
it
We're
could be
guessing
like-
brands now.
You can double
Yeah.
points.
That's
for
my
guessing
audio.
the brand.
I think it's a pedal.
I agree. It's a pedal.
Should we
Probably
do-
a really nasty fuzz.
I'm 50-50 on it, but I'm going to go towards pedal.
Raise your hand for pedal.
Yeah, I'm thinking pedal.
Okay, everybody says it. Survey says.
Oh. Yeah.
Out of this.
Guaranteed to have a bad trip and have a panic attack.
Are you guys keeping score for yourselves right now? Just out of
We're
curiosity.
1-1.
We're 1-1, right?
No, we're 2-1.
2-1.
Okay,
2-1.
cool. All right, moving on. Next, we've got
Zope.
I think that has to be weed.
No.
I don't know.
Zope sounds like a pedal.
I
Yeah.
kind
Who
of
would-
disagree. Yeah, I think it might be a
Yeah, maybe
pedal.
like a small pedal company making
I
something.
will let you guys know, Connor has absolutely no problem doing like one pedal and then the rest are weed. Like,
Yeah,
he
that's what I'm
definitely
saying.
don't try to figure that out that way.
There's no
It's
pattern.
not like, oh, too many answers are C. You know what I mean? It's like just like do
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, me on my SAT.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's gotta be
It could be like an indie shop kind of pedal name.
like a weird little zope.
Let's go
Zope.
for it. If we get this wrong, we get attacked.
So we say
by
pedal?
by a bear.
Raise your hand for pedal.
pedal.
Dang, I love that you guys. No one's ever unified like you guys are. Just so you know. Survey
Well.
says.
Yay!
Oh,
We're so
look at that.
smart. 2 and 2. It's like
Yikes.
golf.
All right. Gravity.
Oh,
Weed.
weed.
Yeah, I feel like this is
No.
I mean, it feels too obvious to be a pedal that it makes me think it's weed.
Yeah.
gravity.
I was gonna
bomb.
say gravity bong. It sounds like bong.
It does sound like bong. I think it's probably weed.
Yeah.
Let's
Maybe.
go. Oh, they're playing.
Yay!
Yay! They won. They built
That's
it.
gotta actually be like the greatest reward ever
I know.
after making
now
that,
you get to
know?
play. All right. Yeah, I think it's a pedal.
Pedal?
Yeah.
Pedal,
Right.
Raise your hand for pedal.
Pedal.
I'm gonna, go,
I think it's weed.
I'm gonna stick with.
Wow,
Yeah.
a divide, finally. All right, we
Wait,
love
no,
to
I
see
changed my
it.
mind. I
Wait,
think it's weed.
no! I didn't mean to say pedal. Weed.
Yeah, I meant to say weed,
Weed.
as well.
Who thinks weed? Raise your hand.
I'm gonna go with weed.
All right,
Nice,
there we
we're-
go. All right.
I'm really
It's gonna, be,
sorry.
it's gonna be pedal.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a boost.
Oh,
pedal.
copper
So
sound.
hard.
Wait.
Oh, I was just hanging out with those dudes like
Dylan,
maybe
that
a week
sounds
ago.
like you'd love that pedal.
They're really
It
good
actually
guys.
does look like
They're
that.
really,
Yeah.
really cool. I
Feel
was
like
just
a
on a
little mid
panel
boost.
with them, Electric Audio Experiments, and Fuzz Rocheus, and
Yeah.
like literally it was just the four of us sitting in a room drunk, just complaining about the industry. For
Nice.
like
I feel like
3
I feel like
hours,
I've met
so-
them. I've met them like 2 or 3 times only at like pedal shows.
Yeah,
and
they're
it's
at
always like,
Martell's
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really, really rad guys. All right, moving on. We've got, I think, just probably one left.
Cosmic
Weed.
If that's not
bull shark.
weed,
You know, bull sharks
That's
are the most
gotta be
aggressive
weed.
sharks. They're
Really?
way more likely to attack you than any great white or any other shark.
Great whites.
the more you
They're
know.
extremely
also aren't
territorial too.
supposed to
I'm so
attack
glad we have
really,
you
right?
around.
Great
Like,
white
it's very
sharks
rare.
don't. Yeah, no, they aren't big on it.
They don't mess with us.
I could talk more about sharks,
I'm
They're
sure
not
you
big
could
on
talk
it.
about sharks
but
more.
Jaws did that to us.
Yeah.
So beware bull sharks. Anyways,
Who
I
can
think
tell
it's
me the
weed.
name of the shark from Jaws?
Jaw.
Kevin,
It is just a regular dude name though.
Chris.
William,
You were close.
Del-
With the, it's a B. It's a B name.
Byron,
Bertha.
Brian.
It's Bruce.
Bruce.
Bruce is the name. Which,
Oh, like
Oh,
Nemo.
like Nemo.
that's why
Yeah,
he's
that's
named
Nemo.
that. Yeah, he's named after the shark from
Fish are
Jaws.
friends, not few.
That's right. All right. What do you guys think?
Cosmic bull shark.
It's got to be weed.
I think it's weed.
I'm gonna be the dissenter and
I
say
think it's
pedal.
weed. I think it's weed.
I'm gonna
3 weeds and a
I think it's
pedal.
weed.
Survey says.
Fuck.
Oh.
Also Fuzz Rocheus.
Oh, that's
right.
cool.
Right. I knew this one actually, to be
Rudolph.
honest with you.
Yeah.
I did know that. He's a good dude too. I love Ryan. He's
Sounded
super,
bullshit.
super cool. And I believe that's all Nugger Chug wrote, fellas. That's it.
Yeah.
So, that's
Good
the
one,
first
good
game.
one.
2 and
That's
3.
the first game. So
Thanks, Connor.
we got 2 more games we can play.
Okay.
Let's talk before we jump into that. Let's talk about the songs. How many songs do you guys do today? Did you do 5? 5 songs?
4.
4 songs.
Four songs.
yeah.
4 songs and a cover.
And 1 play around.
And one
Yeah.
a play
That-
around.
Yeah, we'll see what happens
That
with
was
it.
a
If you like
practicing
it, then we'll
cover,
keep it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All that being said, what are you guys working on for new music right now? Are any of those tunes unreleased? Or have you guys recorded
Yes.
any? What do you guys have going on right
The
now?
last,
The last
one.
one, yeah.
So the last one is being recorded right now. That one's called Shut Eye. After this show, we have like a little gap between the next kind of thing we're doing. So we're gonna be like hardcore going at that
Recording
recording and just
season.
getting it done,
Mhm.
and releasing that hopefully around this time next month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
What's the name of that tune again? What was
Shut
it called?
Eye.
Shut Eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got super lucky with that one. We posted a video of us rehearsing a couple months ago, and it just went super viral on TikTok, and
Yeah.
we.
Oh,
were
that's the one
yeah.
Connor was telling me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, before. So that's the one you guys were playing when that happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it got some views. It was pretty cool.
It was really cool. We're incredibly grateful.
That's rad. How'd that do for traction for you guys in terms of like followers and stuff? Like
Honestly, I think because it was like music based, like if it was us playing whatever, like another band's song, like that's like not like in real like I guess engagement. That's just kind of like just
Yeah,
internet,
sure,
whatever.
right.
But like
Relatability.
that's like literally like a song that we were like writing. you
Yeah.
know? So people were like, oh, there's a band, and that's their song.
Well, I mean, that's like what we were talking about before, right? We were like, how many songs do we do? I'm like, I usually say between 3 and 5, but if you're going to do 5, do a cover. And that's
Yeah.
really just because of social media traction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really all it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of breaks up, I don't want to say monotony because that's not the right word for it, but like when you do a lot of original music that all looks like the same shots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like people will scroll
Yeah.
and they'll hear 2 seconds of it and go, I don't recognize that, and I saw something like this already, and they'll go again. But if they hear, you
That's
know,
why covers
like,
are
Exactly.
like the song
important.
you guys did is recognizable from the get. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like people know that too.
Yep.
So it's like that will be. I think that'll kind of do the thing that we were talking about. So
Yeah.
rad. Okay, you guys want to play another game?
Yes.
Pick a number 1 or 2.
Two.
Two. Yeah.
It is. I really like this game.
I
I
hope
think
we get
I
to
like
play
it more than
basketball.
everyone else, to be honest with you. The name of the game is
Basketball.
Figure the Rig. Figure the
Nice.
Rig is the name of this
Okay.
game. So the way Figure the Rig works is I give you a guitar, a bass, and 2 pedals, and you have to guess what musician.
Oh,
Yes!
this is
I
so
like
fun.
it.
This is
Emulated.
this
I'm
is
having
like
so fun.
all of our conversations.
So
we
fun.
do this all the time.
Okay.
I
did that for
don't
4
know
hours.
all of you guys super well, but I bet the first one's going to be really easy for you.
Okay.
I'm going to say that. Okay, you guys ready for the
Yeah.
first one?
Yeah.
John Mayer.
Oh, John Mayer. Easy.
Yeah, there it is. I knew my
Yeah.
audience for
Yeah.
this one. I had a feeling.
Two.
That's all.
I
it was
saw
gonna
a 2
take.
rock, and I was
like,
Yeah,
all right,
right. That's
the-
all right.
the
Moving on.
quads, yeah.
Good job.
Good
Next,
job.
we got.
Jack White.
Go,
Jack
There it
White.
is.
Oh, okay.
The first, these mostly are pretty
Just
easy.
the
Yeah.
airliner did
That's
it.
all it
Yeah.
takes. Right. All right, next.
David Gilmour.
No, is it?
Yeah.
Knocked it out with
okay.
Gilmore.
Wait,
That's
go
how
back.
it is.
Go back.
We were
'cause
just talking
also,
about his fuzz tone
Eric
the other
Johnson
day.
uses the exact same stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
besides the high watt.
Yeah,
all
besides
of
the
the-
high
yeah,
one.
yeah,
but the high one is
also,
like-
also Jimi Hendrix.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I was
what
gonna say Jimi
Yeah,
Hendrix.
right.
we-
The amp is
last
really
night.
the deciding
Yeah.
factor.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, look, it's going to play a new video for us.
Oh,
yeah.
Building top 2 classic mud villa in forest.
Actually,
skills.
Funny.
They actually built
All
my
right.
house.
So, moving on to the next one. Oh, we got that. Oh, wait, that's all I had for that one. You know
No!
what? You know what? You guys want more?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
You
Of
want more?
course.
All
This
right.
is like
Entertain yourselves
this
for a
is
second.
like
Okay.
I have
the
more.
best
I
kind
have
of
more.
engagement.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This is like perfect.
We were just talking about
I wish I had a
David
tech deck.
Gilmour's
But this was
fuzz.
specifically the
Mhm.
rig, yeah.
Dallas Orbiter Fuzz
Check,
Face.
Crazy.
And Big Muff Pie
Yeah.
on at least
Jack
uncomfortably
White.
numb.
Yeah.
All right, I got more. Let's
Nice.
play. Let's play again.
All right,
I also
here we go, here we
love. By the way, this art is AI generated. That's one of my favorite things
Oh,
about
really?
the logo for
oh,
this.
look, the
Yes.
headstock on the H. That's
yeah,
cute.
yeah. All AI generated that. Okay, first one.
Oh, that's
Oh.
wait, no, that's the Tom DeLonge strat. Yeah.
That's
I
right.
would-
That
that's
is what it
right.
is.
Sorry,
That's
that's a
right.
335.
Star, yeah. He just had his signature Starcaster. is
Ooh,
good.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, Stevie.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Boom. You guys are good at this. I'm
Nice.
glad you guys talk about this like I do.
All the
Yeah.
time. Oh.
Ooh, interesting.
Is that a Rangemaster?
No.
Roger Mayer.
Oh.
I don't know.
The
Oh, wait, wait.
Strokes?
It's a Trini Lopez. Is it Dave Grohl?
I was thinking Dave
Oh.
Grohl.
It is Dave
Yeah.
Grohl.
Good for
Yeah,
you.
All right,
yeah,
that's
that
good.
limiter
Okay.
he has at the end right there is like
Ah.
actually a studio piece of equipment he has on his pedal board. It's like
Really?
this
That's
really weird
awesome.
thing he has
Sweet.
at the end of
Sweet.
his board. Yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
So, next.
Rage Against the Machine.
No. What's his name?
Tom Morello.
No, not Tom Morello. I don't.
Definitely
Oh, it
not.
is.
Tom Morello.
That's what he
It's
used.
because
Oh,
he
yeah.
can't use the soul power guitar because then it easily gives it away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I started realizing that the further I got into these games. Sometimes I'll with like the John Mayer one, I put Stevie Ray's
Yeah.
That's
strat
good.
in there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what he
yeah,
used.
to try and throw him off.
You could put his Arm the Homeless one.
Yeah, Arm the Homeless is good.
What?
What is that?
Oh, hey, that is
Jimi Hendrix.
yeah, that's oh my God, same name as me, Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, Flanger.
Nice.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
he-
like a
he had
weird.
the-
It's a
yeah,
very
Yeah,
act.
the
yeah,
very
yeah,
act.
yeah.
Yeah, the attenuator thing and the.
And that's
the
it,
super
fellas.
low.
That's
Alright.
it. That's the game.
I
That's a
ge-
fun
I-
one,
I
right?
think I
We
could
love
actually
that,
do
yeah.
that. I think I could do that for a significant amount of time.
Yeah, dude, I make these all the
Yeah.
time. Like, this is just fun for me. I've got an idea for a new game. I haven't put it together yet, but I don't know how popular it'll be. Because obviously, most of the people I have on here are gearheads. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, that's like, if you like pedals, that's probably why you know me. So it's like, that being said, I have this one idea that's like, I want to take like 3 pedals and put them on the screen. You have to guess which one's the oldest.
Oh,
Like which one's been
Oh,
around
that's-
for the
oh,
longest.
that's
You know what
awesome.
I mean? So I don't know. I haven't completely hashed that one out yet.
that'll
but
be
you know what I
tough,
mean?
but I.
I know, but like I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what
it's like
matters the
a
most.
fuzz face
so.
and then like a variant, like all these shit next to each other.
Right,
It's like
yeah.
made within the same year.
Maybe I should just like take
A line
the
6
figure the
Helix.
rigs, and you have to put them in order of what
Just-
came out
Just
first.
3 full tone OCDs in a row. One's like version 1, 1.2.
Yeah, right. And they all look the same
Yeah.
though. That's funny. All in Comic Sans.
Yeah.
Right? That's the font that's on that. All right.
The third one is
cool.
the most racist.
It's also the best sounding
Yeah.
though, which I hate. So I would argue whatever his most recent is the most racist.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
But okay,
Classic.
cool. So we talked about touring. We talked about stuff you guys have coming out. Before we play the last game, is there anything you guys want to mention or bring up before we play the last one and do a little sayonara?
I'll say Shut Eye is like our
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
important thing
Keep your
right
eyes peeled.
now.
Follow us on Instagram at
Yeah, follow
Ruby
us on
Leftstep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And TikTok also.
And TikTok.
TikTok.
And Spotify.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Facebook. I think we're on Facebook.
You think?
A little bit.
We might
I'm
be.
on it. Maybe I use it like once a week.
Yeah.
We don't really use it that much.
Yeah, but I mean, if you only have Facebook,
We're on there.
We'll
we're
be
on there.
If you only have Facebook, you probably don't like our music.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a Twitter, but it hasn't been used in 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Twitter anymore.
There's an X.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
X.
Yeah, we have an X
What an
X-rated
That's
Twitter.
that's how many years it's been since you've used it.
Literally.
Yeah,
Stupid
yeah.
Elon.
All right, cool. Well, let's play another game. This will be
Yes.
the last one. We've got. I
So
like this one a
mesmerized
lot.
by this.
This is so discussion based, by the way. This is definitely like there's no real win or lose here, but I'm a big fan of this
We're
game.
doing debate club.
Kinda.
Tom.
Honestly,
I
kinda
say
is.
so.
Tom's already done
It's
it.
not even. It's not even debate club if Tom's in it. It's just Tom versus the world.
So this game is called Whale Scale.
Whale
whale
scale.
Whale Scale is essentially I put an artist up on the board, and you guys have to decide on a scale of 1 to 10, or 0 to 10, sorry, 0 to 10.
Oh.
0 being incredibly overrated,
Oh,
Oh,
to
yeah.
10
Hell yeah.
being
Oh, nice.
incredibly underrated.
Nice.
Okay.
That part gets confusing for some people
So
because it's
underrated.
like
It's not like or not
underrated
like.
is
Yeah.
bad. I'm sorry, underrated
Over-
is good. See, I'm already
Yeah.
confused. Underrated is good, so that's a 10. Overrated is bad, so that's a 0.
got
Okay.
it.
Does that
Got
make
it.
sense?
Okay.
So if you could just say how much, where you think they
I was-
sit.
So,
Yeah,
so
I'm
how
just
about,
gonna
how
think of
about
this
when
as
you
under
pop it up,
over.
we all sit and we get our number, and then we do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
We all say our number at the exact same
We're gonna.
time.
These are gonna be fighting
Lowest
words
number-
right now.
lowest number
It's gonna
dies.
be.
Lowest number dies.
I have a feeling I know how this exactly how this is going.
Let's start with the first.
Okay,
gonna be
so
like
so
slash.
10 is underrated, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys have your numbers?
Yeah, I have my number.
Yeah, I got it.
So 10 was underrated. You said.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the higher the number, the better.
All right.
You like?
Alright.
Let's just go on the line.
Okay.
Hang on,
Wait, do
before
we-
we go, I actually do want to preface, just because you think they're underrated doesn't necessarily mean you like them.
Yeah.
Does
Absolutely.
that make sense?
Yeah,
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? Okay, just keep that in mind. Go ahead.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give John Frusciante a 6.
I was gonna give him a 4.
A 4.
I was giving him a 6 too.
Yeah.
I was also in the 6 realm. So
Yeah.
Average
he
it out to a
has-
5 or a 6.
I love
he's
John
got-
Frusciante.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I love
he's
John Frusciante,
awesome.
but also he's like just kind of Jimi Hendrix.
he also
and
he has
not,
a
like,
ton of really cool solo work that like doesn't show his art in Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like it's a completely different guitarist.
You know what I always talk about when it comes to him? Because I was not a big Chili Peppers fan for a while, but my bass player was when I was in high school, and for obvious reasons. And I think that what turned it off for me is I started hearing like things like "Give It Away" and "Tell Me Baby," and I was like, I hate the guitar in these songs.
Well, because
so
funny,
much, you
he
know?
also hates the guitar.
Yeah. So then all of a sudden, someone gives me a copy of "By the Way," and I was like, this album kind of fucks.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is really
Absolutely.
good.
It's
Just
my
to find
favorite
out
one.
that John Frusciante wrote like everything on that
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand now. That being said, I put him at like a 4 also. Like, that's
So the
where I,
best
like,
Chili
put him,
Peppers was
so.
Dave Navarro Chili Peppers.
Yeah,
I
That
think
one
that's
hot
wrong.
minute? Is that one
Yeah,
hot minute?
Get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck out
I
of here.
think
No.
I
Worst
think he
album.
he jumps above the 5. Like he's like I feel like he
really
deserves
good.
a little
Yeah.
more attention because first of all he doesn't have a signature strat,
That's true.
which is like
kinda
it's
wild.
like that's kind of like it's like Bruno Mars has a signature strat, and I'm not knocking Bruno Mars, but it's like John Frusciante's
John
in the
Frusciante
fucking Red
should
Hot
have
Chili
that,
Peppers.
Yeah.
So like also what he has this like really good ability of playing bad on purpose. Like if you listen to like
Yeah.
Wet Sand, that solo, like he's hitting like open strings, and I'm like, oh, that sounds terrible for like half a second, but then when he gets to the note, you're like,
Yeah.
He's got that like perfect sloppy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
almost like
yeah,
it's not really like whether or not he's a great guitarist. It's more so that he's just an excellent musician.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he has an
he's
excellent.
really
He has
good.
incredible ears.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
So
in. That's,
our
I'm
average-
sold on
our
that. Let's move
average
on.
rating
Let's
was
go to
like
the
a
next one.
All right.
5. Yeah.
So this one's topical.
10
Is it
10 is
topical?
overrated. 0 is underrated, right?
No,
No, other way around.
Other way around.
Yeah, see, it's always confusing.
Yeah. 0.
If you
10,
If
10 is underrated.
Okay.
Yeah, 0 is overrated.
Okay. Okay.
If you
okay.
think they
0 is
deserve
bad.
more attention, they have a higher number.
Yeah.
No, other way around.
Yes.
No, yeah, if you think
Wait,
think they
what?
deserve more attention.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
underrated is 10.
Like,
Okay.
oh,
Yeah.
people should love
Okay.
him more. 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Go down the line.
I don't listen to Avenged Sevenfold, so I
Yeah.
guess maybe by default I'll give him a 5 and just say I don't know.
I was gonna say like maybe a 3 or 4.
I've never once in my entire life listened to Avenged Sevenfold, so a 5 as well.
I've listened a little bit, and I would say 5, just based on like, as a guitarist, he has essentially done what Slash did to Gibson. Like he has, but for what? It's Schecter, I think is his
correct.
thing. Like
And
he
the
has,
Sustainiac.
Yeah,
that's
the
like another
Sustainiac
thing,
too. Like
Oh,
he's done a lot for like kid musicians, and he's also like he's pretty fine. Like he's a good shredder.
I'm sure he's a good.
Yeah, he's got some melodic stuff. He like kind of created DJ Ashba.
I just want you guys to know, or especially you to know, that when Connor saw this one when I put together, he's like, criminally underrated. I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, amazing guitar player.
Feeling
I was
very
like,
passionately
I don't know.
about Avenged
I don't-
Sevenfold.
So-
You gotta. I feel like you gotta really like the style to care. I don't know. I don't think any of us fall in that.
What are
No.
It's
Metal.
like modern metal. Yeah.
Yeah.
they? Okay.
It's like if Metallica was like on 96.5 TIC.
Oh.
Let's move on to the next one. We
Not
got
describing it well.
Oh, easy.
This
Holy
is
fuck.
yeah.
Can we go?
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 9 or 10.
A hard
it's,
10.
It's
Hard
10
10.
across the board.
He's-
holy crap! I
Yeah.
didn't expect
We're
that.
we're
Love.
from
Yeah.
the sticks.
Love.
Yeah, I get it.
And he's a fucking
Billy
like
Strings is
long-haired
so good.
white boy, and he plays guitar like
He also
it's his,
is
like,
such a good metal player.
Yeah.
as
Yes.
well.
I was gonna
He's
say there's every
insanely
one of
good.
these guitarists that have been on the board so far he could emulate within minutes.
Exactly.
Like it'll
I-
take seconds.
He's
for
a
him.
chameleon, but he does what he does like better than anybody else
Yeah.
on the planet right now.
Yeah.
Also,
Probably
I've seen him live, and he has the coolest sounding pedal board
Yeah.
I've heard in my entire
I think
life.
he's like
Okay.
the only person who could go without a compressor because every note
Yeah.
will just sound
No, his
perfectly
right
right.
hand technique is insane.
He's like
Yeah.
a mantis
Ridiculous.
shrimp.
It's so
he's
cool.
like
Yeah.
with
I wish.
Mantis
sun.
shrimp is one of my favorite animals of all
Yeah,
time.
that's a
There's so
classic
many
animal.
amazing animals.
That's such a classic like
mantis
boy
shrimp.
animal. Like why it punches.
Yeah, well, it's like proportionately, if we had the same muscle capabilities in our arms that a mantis shrimp had for our size, we'd be able to throw a baseball into orbit,
Yeah.
which is like
That's
crazy
great.
to
That's
think about.
awesome.
You know,
No one has seen me not do that.
You want to see me do
they
it
can
again?
roughly see 60 times more colors than we can.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things
love
about
that.
mantis shrimp.
They
That's
love
purple-
Grateful
purple
Dead.
too.
And of course, they can punch through 6 inches of
Yeah.
glass. That's the part everybody knows about them. But all right, let's move on. You guys put 10s across the board. That's
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever happened before for anyone. That's crazy. Here he is.
Guitar Center, Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
You guys are
Guns N'
such,
Roses.
you
Gun
guys are
and
such
Rose.
dicks on that one. That's really funny.
Connor and I refer to him as Guitar Center Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
Like that's
Yep,
who he
yep,
is.
yep,
You know,
that's
like
accurate.
that's
All right, let's do it.
I have mine. I'm gonna give him a 2.
Yeah, I was also gonna say 2.
Yeah.
Like a 3, I guess.
I'm gonna go with 6 or 7.
Wow.
So let me defend myself
Crazy.
here. The
Yeah.
same argument I
No,
gave. The
moving
same
on.
argument I gave with. I already said this earlier. Literally, like what Slash did with Gibson. He revived the electric guitar. Like everything was moving into like a synth world, and the guy turned like guitar music on its head. Like every artist you can think of has Slash in their back pocket. As a blues player, as a rock player, like he's pretty good. He's not like great now, but like he's pretty good. But I do also understand how it's like he's just we've seen him enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say
that's
I don't really think you could call him underrated because he is kind of like the
the
face of guitar. Like you think of
And
guitar,
that was always-
he's
yeah.
one of them. You
Yeah.
know?
That's what my thing is. That like I don't know if I would say necessarily that Slash deserves the icon status from like a musicianship. I
He
can
just
think I can
plays
think of
guitar.
like 15 guitarists from that era off the top of my head. They're like better technically.
Mark
than
Knopfler.
Slash. Yeah.
He was on actually a very recent episode of the same game, and I was really disappointed because half the people were like, "Who?"
Mark
And I was like,
Oh,
"No
brutal.
way."
That's
Yeah.
so sad.
Perverted.
Yeah,
I
and
guess
he's
I could
he's
change-
also he plays Red Strats. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, so
I guess I could change a little bit. I
we
guess
like
from
that.
the perspective of like, have we seen him enough? I guess that would make sense.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as a guitarist as a whole, I respect him a lot.
Yeah.
All
Also,
right, what are the numbers across the board for that then?
2.
2.
3.
I'm gonna stick with 6.
6. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bounce out.
Guns N' Roses.
Oh, done.
Hmm.
Boing.
I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him like an 8, like a strong 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're also going 8, I'm guessing.
You're gonna figure out why I just gave you a high 5
Yeah.
in about 2 seconds.
I was gonna
Because
say
think
like
it's a 2.
6.
An 8 as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 5 or 6 as well.
Mm-hmm.
I put him in really high regard. Here's my thing about Lindsey Buckingham. Whenever people ask me like, why do you like him so much? Every time Fleetwood Mac doesn't have Lindsey Buckingham on tour, they replace him with 2 guitar players.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
That's very interesting when you think about it.
I also just don't feel like he has like a icon I feel like he just gets overshadowed by Stevie Nicks
and all the like a lot of the drama and stuff. I feel like kind of just like pushed him down.
But no, like he's ridiculously.
I think like if he literally never wrote any other song besides Never Going Back Again,
Dude, that's the
I'd
one.
still,
That is absolutely the
I'd
one I
still
always
give
bring
him
up
an
too.
8. And also like the way I mean like what. Think of like the guitar that he plays.
Yeah.
And like if they're like go play a solo, he'll play like nothing that anyone else with a guitar in their hands would play.
Yeah, he didn't really set himself up for like strong success with like that guitar and like his gig and stuff.
And that's
like,
what I love because he's just all about the band. It's like it's not like Lindsey Buckingham and Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
My whole thing too with him is like, what kind of tenacity does it take to have the singer of your band singing about how big of a piece of shit you are after a last break,
like,
and
like
still
Silver Springs,
1990.
and still just rip the nastiest
7?
guitar you've ever
6,
played in your
6,
life,
yeah.
you know? Like that just says so much about that.
It was a goal of mine at one point to like try to get into Fleetwood Mac more, and I think that's where my thing comes from. Is 'cause I just never really gave it a try.
I was raised on that shit.
Yeah,
really
love
cared.
Fleetwood Mac.
My uncle's dog's name was Fleetwood because his name is Mac.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, I love it.
pretty good.
That might be the last one. Let's see.
Please one more.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go. I think 9 or 10 here with this one, guys. I think Alex Lifeson is such an underrated guitarist. Yeah.
I just don't really listen to enough Rush that I don't think I can give like an actual number, but I'll go like 6.
I'm gonna say like a 7, mostly because he I realized that he was the like only like constant member until like Geddy Lee and Neil Peart joined. So it's like,
Well, no, Geddy Lee and him started the band.
did he really?
Geddy Lee and him started.
Yes.
They
Oh.
like met in high school. And
Okay,
started
so I'm
the
gonna
band. Neil
go-
Peart joined later.
I'm gonna
but-
put it. I'm gonna put it like a 6 because he just seems like a nice guy. So I feel like he deserves more attention just so people can be nice to him.
The stories I've heard from like people that I know that have like toured with them and not with that band, but like, you know, as like a supporting act or whatever, have all said that everybody goes out and parties and then Rush just stays in their hotel room and reads.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing.
Like, that's what they do.
I love them.
kind
They're
of-
non-problematic.
It's like very much so
dudes
like us.
playing rock.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
Just
I
dudes
would
being
definitely
guys.
go like I would definitely go 7, 8. Not because I don't love him as a guitarist. He's definitely one of like the biggest guitarists for me growing up, but more so because I do think he gets an appropriate amount of love and support. He's got a lot of media attention. He's gotten a lot of endorsements. He's gotten a lot of people who love him. I think he can deserve a little bit more support, but I think he's got enough, and I also don't think he cares.
Yeah, no, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
But I think he just gets overshadowed by
Yeah.
having. I mean, because Geddy Lee, Neil Peart, like it makes sense.
Yeah,
but he's a
of
really
course.
interesting and cool guitarist.
I
Just,
always
like,
talk
I
about
love him.
bands that where you can aspire to be any member of them.
Yeah, that's a
like,
good example,
Like Led
yeah.
Zeppelin is another one of those where it's
Yeah.
like each one. Those guys are probably like each in like top 20 of their craft minimum. You know what I mean?
John
Or-
Bonham is the greatest drummer that has ever lived.
Sure, I think you know, I think Rush falls into that same category also,
sure,
you know
for
what I
sure.
mean? When you start like those are like my favorite kind of bands, you know.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about like them Crooked Vultures, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
sure.
Like I think,
Wasn't
like,
that technically a supergroup?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So it's,
so
like,
was
hard to-
so was
Yeah.
Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin.
right, yeah, at the end of the day, right? It
yeah.
really is.
You get a guy
so.
from the Yardbirds in your band. They're a super group.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's definitely other bands I say are normally like that too. You know what I mean? But Zeppelin's usually the one that like comes to mind 1st for me, where like you could want to be any member of that band. You know?
Yeah.
But I think that is all she wrote then. That's it, fellas.
Aw.
That's it. I know. Everybody loves the games. Everybody wants. That's why I do these separately now. You know what I mean? It's like way more fun.
I think we're gonna need more games.
Can we get
You got any games in your phone?
More games, please.
Do you want to do the crossword with us? We'll be here for another 3 hours. So.
And I won't even get one.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being on here. Obviously, we're gonna edit all this together. I'll tag you guys and everything, and
Thanks
invite
for
as
having us.
collaborators. Oh, dude, absolutely. I'm glad we could make all this happen. We finished it by 1 p.m. That's crazy. That's like, all
We
right.
could get lunch.
We are
Right, but I know you
efficient.
guys got to head out on your way to Philly. Obviously, good luck with your show. What's the venue you're playing? What's it called?
Goo Lagoon
Lagoon.
from SpongeBob.
Les Sponge.
Les Sponge.
Ruby Leftstep playing at Les Sponge.
Les Sponge.
Well, I love to hear it, guys. Thank you so
question,
much. Oh yeah.
question for
Hit me
you.
with it.
What would you recommend for food around here?
Ooh. What kind of what you guys like?
Inexpensive.
Cheeseburger.
Okay, cool. If it's cheeseburger, go to Herbie's Burgers.
Okay.
Herbie's Burgers is
Burger.
about 6 minutes from here. It is.
Herb's Burgers.
It's one of the best burgers you've ever had. I
Herbie
promise.
I'm excited.
It's really,
Herbie
really
Burger.
good.
Is it? Are we talking like a Five Guys kind of thing?
It's they're I'd say like same level of grease, if that makes sense, you know. But it's more like a potato-y bun kind of thing.
Yes.
And like they have like shoestring fries. If that's your, if
That's
your
literally
vibe.
could not be
So,
any
Oh,
better.
good. That's so good.
They're also homies. We know them. Precious Metal's the band that was just here.
Mm-hmm.
The singer of that band makes all their vegan food. They also do vegan food. That's the other thing too. So if you like vegan stuff, you can get that there. But if you just want greasy, nasty, gnarly burger,
Another
you know.
question for you.
Yeah, hit me with it.
If you had to, judging by like what you heard, what you've like heard us speak and stuff, if you had to assign us a signature pedal as a band, what would you say would best fit our vibe?
A signature pedal? Are you saying for like something I've already made or something?
Could be
that-
something you've already made.
You know what?
something,
Yeah, I got one. So I'm gonna spill a little bit of tea here. What's the right way to do this without getting in trouble? I made this pedal for this band, and then the band pulled out last minute, and I was really, really upset about it. I'm gonna say they share the same initials as American football because it might be that band, and
Avenged
they.
Sevenfold.
That was such a
They-
cool pedal too.
They
So cool.
I had for them. It was a compressor into a tape delay into a spring reverb,
Oh,
and it was really rad. And they don't want to do it anymore.
that sounds
and it
literally
sucks.
right up our alley.
Yeah, I think it would be that.
Let's
I
talk
would,
numbers.
I would give it to you to
Four.
to play and do stuff with, but Anthony Green has it right now,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's like that is the deal. So I would say something like that. That's what I would do because I think that would go well all around for you guys. Compressor is great on bass. If I was gonna do it on bass, I'd probably like pull the delay out and just do bass into the reverb. But for the guitar stuff, it's got a tone control where you can kind of separate the two different guitar sounds and then match the delays, do whatever
Hell
you want
yeah.
for bass or reverb. I put a kick drum into it and a snare into it before too, and it's rad. It was really,
Sweet.
really good.
That's
so maybe one day I'll make
Let's
that. We'll
let's
about
talk
it, but-
numbers after that.
Yeah, right. But okay, guys, thank you so much for
Thank you
being
for
on
having
here.
us.
This is Jordan from Poison Noises signing off.